Hey, is this really Jeff Gordon's?
So yes, but to your question more directly, no. And I wasn't sure when I
What?
So the guy's name is Jeff Gordon. It's the Gordon Estate, and his name is Jeff Gordon. And when I first looked that up, I was like, oh, is this like an eccentric celebrity athlete? So and so their wine venture, But it is not. It's not the Jeff Gordon. It is a Jeff Gordon.
I wasted like 20 minutes looking up fun facts about the race car driver Jeff Gordon. Interject into the podcast today. I'd like those 20 minutes.
I mean, apparently this Jeff Gordon is very renowned in the Washington wine field. So he might be the Jeff Gordon of wine, in that sense.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
I think that's good. I like Jeff Gordon, if that means anything.
Which one?
Well, hopefully the wine, but the race car driver. I mean,
this is so confusing.
This is confusing. I also was thinking. I spent my entire shower thinking about racing puns, and you're not going to get to hear any of those either. So,
you want to drop a few right now?
I was going to say something about, would this be in first place in your list?
Yes.
I had a lot. That's pretty weak, but
does this one rev your RPMs?
Yeah.
Ooh, stuff like
that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Joe, you were some kind of race car driver back in your youth.
I was. I still am time to time. I just don't get out there as much. But yeah,
it's pretty neat.
That's just not a hobby that most people are like, oh yeah, I know. I used to totally drive race.
Yeah. Hey, February, let's get out there, baby.
He's pretty much the Jeff Gordon of Stop Wasting Your Wine.
Of Stop Wasting Your Wine, I might be the closest, yeah.
Welcome to Stop Wasting Your Wine, a wine review podcast where we waste our wine so you don't have to. On this episode, we review
a red wine from Washington.
Hey everyone, welcome back. Aaron here, and I am so excited to be joined by two of the biggest Floridians I know, Joel and Colin. So great to see you.
I actually take deep offense to that.
But you live there.
I try to be as least Floridian as I possibly can. I don't know if you're familiar with Florida Man, but that is the exact opposite of the person I want to be.
Colin, you weren't born in Florida, right?
I was not. No, I was born in New Jersey. So
you have an excuse.
And now I live in New Jersey, and you're in Florida.
Oh my God!
Twisted webs we weave.
It's all connected.
No, it's on tip of my mind. So I'm excited because tomorrow I'm getting on a flight and I'm going down to Florida and I'm going to see these two gentlemen in real life, which I haven't for a very long time.
You
are? Yeah.
Thanks for the heads up, man. Appreciate that. That's great.
That's a little awkward because my calendar was actually full all week of just hanging out with Joel. So
and actually we were going to fly to New Jersey this week. So
yeah, we
were.
Awkward.
That's really bad
miss each other. No, don't mess with the listeners. We have a lovely Disney day planned out, Colin, don't we?
We do. Yeah, wait.
And a lovely Universal day, Joel. And guys, we got to figure out right now the way the plan's working out. I am seeing both of you individually, and if we make it through this week and the three of us are not in the same place, that's embarrassing.
I think we can make that happen.
UCF football, baby.
Yeah.
We're back.
That's right.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's not say we're back.
I'll say by the time this episode airs, this will all be very, very sad or exciting.
Wait. Let's do this.
Right.
Let's do this. Listener, if the UCF Knights lost, please listen to the next 10 seconds. And if they won, skip ahead 10 seconds. Okay. And we're going to do 10 seconds of being sad and then 10 seconds of celebrating, guys. Okay. Starting now. Okay, go.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I hate it.
We lost
really such
bad.
A bummer. Just really bad execution in all phases of the football game.
Awful. Just about to hop off that Gus bus.
That moment when that thing happened that shouldn't have happened, but it happened.
Yeah,
it changed everything.
It was really bad. Okay. It's been 10 seconds. Okay, celebration.
We're
Oh
back,
my God.
baby.
Great game.
I can't believe
Great
that
game.
we won that football
Dude,
game.
Gus Bus
I knew it
all
all
the
along.
way, man. Just keep it going.
I'm
Yeah,
driving the Gus
100%.
Bus, baby.
Just really
Driving the Gus
executed
Bus.
in all three phases of the
Never
football
had a
game.
doubt.
All right. There
Cool.
you go.
Great. Super. Here we are. All right, guys. So now for everyone who listens to this show that has no idea what we're talking about outside of UCF football, we are just excited to be here. We have a exciting wine to try. Joel, can you tell us a little bit about what we're drinking today?
I would love to. Yes. So we are drinking the Gordon Estate Syrah from 2018. This is from Columbia Valley, Washington. It has an ABV of 13.9%, and we picked it up for $21.
Excellent. Now, this was a wine I picked. Still trying hard to pick a wine that my co-hosts don't hate. So I figured I would try something new. We have not this year had a wine from Washington, which is why I picked this. And then once I picked it and saw that it was the Gordon Estate wine by a man named Jeff Gordon, I had a quick minute of panic and thought that maybe, quite possibly, this was like Jeff Gordon, the race car driver's hobby post-retirement.
Okay.
But it is not. It's a different Jeff Gordon. So we're gonna give it a shot. I also love a good Syrah.
Me
Yeah.
too. And Washington is known for their Syrah. That's what they do
Yeah.
up there. So it'll be interesting to see if this one pulls through, because that's kind of what they're known for.
This is the most confident I've been in an Aaron wine.
I would agree with that.
I
100%.
am excited for this
Feeling
one.
really good about it. Feeling really
Yeah.
good
I
about it.
appreciate that. I ventured a little bit out of my normal like $14 range, pushing us up to like 20,
Yeah.
$21. So, I'm hoping that helps out a little bit.
Think it might.
All right. Well, I'm excited for my redemption episode. But before we talk more about this wine, let's learn a little bit something today.
This is the only thing you will learn.
All right, so we've done quite a bit of learning over the last 16 episodes or so. And one thing we haven't really talked about is how wine is made. So over the next couple of weeks, I want to go back to the very beginning before we even get the wine in the bottle and go over the winemaking process. And I want to switch it up a little bit and do a little trivia instead of just some facts. Yeah. So we're going to
Is that what we're doing?
we're going to see how it goes. It could go great. It could go terrible. So buckle in, but I'm excited.
You're going to quiz me and Aaron.
Yes. So this is how it's going to work.
Excellent.
Yep. I have 3 questions here about today we're going to talk about harvest. So before we even get the grapes into the winery.
Oh, these are not things you've taught us. This is not a review. This is stuff I just know.
Well, and you probably won't know unless you've looked up, winemaking. But so.
Okay, great.
Yeah, there's a twist for you. This isn't just review time. This is all new material. So,
is there a score? Am I getting
Feeling really
graded on
good.
this?
yeah, there is. Yeah, every question is worth a point. It's actually a competition, the way I have it, as it's today.
Excellent.
Every question is a point,
Yes.
and if you miss the question, your opponent has the opportunity to steal.
Excellent.
And at the end of the couple of weeks that we're doing this, the person with the most points is the champion.
Joel smells blood in the water.
So we are only talking about one specific part of winemaking today, which, as I mentioned, is harvest. So
Fortunately, I was reading my book all about harvesting wine before this call.
good.
So this
Well,
is
then
perfect.
This is perfect. You're going to do really well on this.
Excellent.
Grapes grow under the ground like potatoes, right? That's
That's right. Yep. I
Correct.
see a lot of points for Joel in the future. But they're all multiple choice. It's not. I tried not to make it too difficult. I know this is not a subject that you guys are probably versed in, so I didn't make it too technical or anything like that. So I'm just trying to make it something you'll learn segment a little more fun, a little more interactive, and hopefully this accomplishes that.
I'm in. Let's do it. I'm sold.
As I mentioned, we're talking about harvest, and harvest is a time when wine growers make the decision to pick the grapes. There are many decisions that need to be made before the grapes come into the winery, and one of the most important decisions is when to pick the grapes off the vine, because you can't have wine if the grapes are on the vine.
Hey,
Okay.
Ooh.
okay. Remember that at home, kids.
All right.
Okay, I'm glad that kind of hit, because I actually wrote that down. So
it
You
did.
should have told us that.
I'm glad it was okay. So the first question is as follows, and I asked ChatGPT to randomly select one of your names, and Aaron is going first. And remember, if Aaron gets this wrong, you have the chance to. So I'm going to share my screen. I've written all the questions down so you can see them, but I will read them out loud just so the listeners, you guys at home, can play along, keep score at home, and see if you guys can beat either Joel or Aaron. So let's do it.
Why don't we do this whole thing actually just totally just on the screen? No talking. Aaron and I just read the questions.
Write our answers down.
The answer.
The next 10 minutes of silence.
Absolutely.
Things are going well.
Yeah, terrible audio. Terrible audio. So, first question. Based on what hemisphere you're in, harvest happens at 2 different times of the year. So, if you're in the southern hemisphere, it happens at one time, northern hemisphere happens in another. So, which 2 time periods are grapes usually harvested? Answer A, between August and October in the northern hemisphere and between February and April in the southern hemisphere. Answer B, between February and April in the northern hemisphere and between August and October in the southern hemisphere. C, between November and January in the northern hemisphere, and between May and July in the southern hemisphere, and D, between May and July in the southern hemisphere, and November and January in the northern hemisphere. Aaron?
Okay, I know I have it down to 2. I have it down to 2 because I am our social media lackey, and I have seen lots of videos from vineyards recently celebrating the end of their harvest season. So while you think I would be completely ignorant to this,
okay,
I'm going to say it's A.
Yeah, that's right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Between August and October in the northern hemisphere and between February and April in the southern hemisphere.
That's what you get, Joel, for making me do all the social media.
I am impressed.
I'm impressed too. Wow. And August to October, it's a 3-month spread, which is, when you think about picking grapes off the vine, is a pretty significant spread. And there are a lot of reasons for that, but there are 3 that are good to know. And the first one is grapes ripen at different times. So you'll have Chardonnay, which is an early ripening grape, versus Cabernet Sauvignon, which is a late ripening grape. The second reason is climate. Cooler regions have longer ripening periods because the grapes don't get as much sun and warmth. And then style. So we can think of ripeness kind of on a sliding scale, and depending upon the winemaker and what kind of wine they're making, you can pick decisions based on how ripe you want the grapes, less ripe or more ripe. And that actually brings us into our second question.
Wait, so how many points I get? I got 2 points?
You got 1 point for that one.
Okay, 1 point. I'm winning.
1 point.
Ooh.
1 point. Right now you're doing really well. And this is Joel.
Insurmountable lead.
Not yet. Doing well, though. Doing well.
Thank you.
Honestly, better than I thought you'd be doing after the first question.
You keep making comments like that, I keep proving you're wrong. So yeah. I'm just fueled by your hatred.
I was gonna say, stop fueling him. Yeah, let's do this. Where's my chance? I'm ready.
So we're just talking about ripeness, and there are many different ways, some more scientific than others, to tell how ripe a grape is. Which one of these is not a popular way to determine the ripeness level of a grape? All right. Is it answer A, sugar level? Is it answer sugar level of the grape, of course? B, acidity or acid level of the grape? Is it answer C, color of the grape leaves? Or is it answer D, color of the grape seeds?
Okay, I am going to go ahead and say, so here's the thing. There's only the question here. This is to determine the ripeness of the grape, correct?
Yes.
The ripeness of the grape. So I'm going to say that they would not be looking at the color of the grape leaves to determine that. That is my final answer.
Right.
C.
That's right. Answer C. You got
look
that
at
right.
that deductive reasoning.
Don't call it a comeback. No.
I just want to say we're outperforming Colin's expectations greatly, and he should
think so.
I am impressed. No, I'm glad. I'm really happy for you guys. This is going much better for you guys than I thought it would be. So, I'm really.
Did you build this game with the possibility that we would both know all of the answers in mind, or are we going to really just blow up the whole setup of this game?
No. I was hoping. I intentionally made it not too easy. I mean, not too difficult. Sorry. Okay.
Wow.
I didn't want to make it. I wanted to give you guys an opportunity. So I was hoping.
Oh, great.
Great.
Yes,
so far,
Appreciate
you've given us pick the month and what part of the grape is not helpful. I don't think that was as easy as you think it is. I think we're just real good.
Yeah.
I was a
guessing.
little nervous. I'm not gonna lie.
I wanted to talk a little bit more about ripeness, and there are actually two types of ripeness when it comes to grapes. There is the fruit ripeness, which is the sugar and the acid, and those two are really inverses of each other. As the grape ripens, sugar content goes up, acidity goes down, and then for the sake of this conversation, I'm going to call it tannin ripeness because I don't want to get too into the weeds on it. But tannin ripeness absolutely represents what we're talking about, and that is the color of the grape seeds. And what you're looking for in a grape as it ripens is those seeds to go from green to more of a brown color. And that it gives you a good idea of how ripe the tannins can be.
I would 100% have gotten this question wrong. I'd be like, seeds don't change colors.
Well, now you know.
Now I know. I learned something.
All right, and final question. This is a 2-pointer. If you get the first one wrong, Aaron, Joel gets a shot at answering both of them. If you get the first one right and the second one wrong, you get 1 point. No pressure, but you have to do well on the first one. So after a winemaker has decided to pick the grapes and they're ready to come off the vine, they have to make the decision on how they're going to pick the grapes. So the final question is, which of the following are the 2 most common harvesting practices? And harvesting is actually, what I mean by that is actually taking the grapes off the vine. A, we have drone harvesting, where autonomous drones are programmed to pick the best grapes off the vine. 2, we have hand harvesting, where a crew is hired to manually pick grapes off the vine. C is vacuum harvesting, where a crew uses portable vacuums to suck grapes off the vine. And D is machine harvesting, where a tractor-like machine is sent down each row of grapes at a vineyard to knock the grapes off the vine. So 2 of those are used, 2 of those are not used.
I would say hand harvesting is definitely one of the ways that it happens.
Are you locking that in?
I'm locking that in. Final answer. Or you
Okay.
just thank
Yes, that is correct.
you. Okay. And I am also gonna say that machine harvesting is the other way that grapes
That's
are.
right. Yep, you got them both. That's it.
I thought you were gonna fall for the vacuum harvesting.
I thought
trap
about it until
right
you
there. That
chuckled
was a
halfway
creative
through,
one.
and I was like,
I know.
"You can't make it to your own joke."
Totally.
I know. It was just so ridiculous to just picture people with
Also-
portable vacuums sucking grapes off the vine. It's absolute absurdity.
Drone harvesting is probably in the future. I'm sure.
I would agree with that.
It's coming.
For sure. So, and you usually see hand harvesting on higher end wines. It's a lot more expensive to actually bring a crew out there and go through and pick the grapes, as opposed to machine harvesting, where they literally just have this tractor looking thing, rip down the rows and get the different grapes off the vine. So, and that is this week's game. Next week, we will continue with the winemaking process.
Wait, sorry, point of inquiry. I don't get another question?
No, you lose.
No, okay. So this is
Oh, we're going to roll this into next
this is a multi-week game, and there will be fair opportunity throughout the game to get the same amount of points.
I was just putting that question out there for the listener to really go ahead and drive that home. I wasn't secretly just worried and really nervous that I was getting the shaft right there. I just want to make sure everybody knew the rules.
I imagine Joe goes first next week, right? Because there was definitely an advantage.
That's correct.
All right, but until then, I insurmountable lead. So I learned 4 things during this week. I learned that grapes get harvested in the fall-ish season in most hemispheres. I learned that you do not check ripeness because of the color of the leaves, and I learned that grapes get harvested by hand or by machine, and I learned that I'm better at this game than Joel.
See, that's the kind of thing I'm going to have to live with now for the next week. And it's the week where Aaron's going to be in town before we record, and all I'm going to hear the whole time is how you're winning.
7 whole days. 7 whole days of your life are going to be miserable.
It's going to be wonderful.
All right. I thoroughly enjoyed that game. Thank you, Colin. That was a lot of fun.
Hey, I'm glad.
Yeah.
Good.
100%. That was great. So now that we've played some games and learned some stuff, we should probably smell this wine.
Tastes like wine.
All right, gentlemen. I've been swirling this for a while, and man, I feel like I don't even need to hold my face near this glass. Colin, what you getting?
Yeah, it's definitely pretty expressive. I would agree with that. You get a lot of black fruit, some blackberry. You want me to go? Are you sure? I don't want to take all the words.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. I think this will be cool because you go, and then I'll see if I can find something that you
Cool.
didn't mention.
All right.
Yeah, I just won't say anything.
I'm definitely getting some dark plum in there too. I'm getting quite a bit of oak influence as well. There's some definite vanilla on there.
Well, don't take all the words. Jeez.
Okay, I'll stop there then. Okay, Joel, what are you getting?
Definitely harvested sometime around September, I would say.
By
Um,
vacuum, I
yeah,
believe.
Maybe October. Maybe October.
Drone. This is drone wine.
Yeah, has that drone
Yeah.
scent to it. Okay,
No,
thanks for
honestly,
coming, everyone.
No, you nailed it. Plum, definitely. You can tell it's seen some oak. I don't know if I'm getting anything in addition to what you said. The only thing
How
I was
about
gonna
black pepper?
You son of a gun. Now I need to go find another one. Hang on. No, I think you nailed it.
Aaron?
I feel like I always think I smell this, but I don't know if I smell it. But at this point, I'm just like dark red wines. I smell it. I'm gonna say vanilla.
Oh, yeah.
No one said vanilla yet. I think I smell a little
I think
vanilla.
Paul said vanilla. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I said vanilla.
Well, shoot, I wasn't listening.
But you're right. And then I have one more, if you guys don't mind. Do you mind?
Go for it.
What
Meteorite.
about almost like a meaty quality, like almost like cured meat a little bit?
Wow.
You get any of that?
Do I want to smell that?
No.
In my wine.
Yes, you do. It's quite lovely when it's done correctly.
What do you mean by that?
It's kind of like a salami almost.
Do I want to smell that in my wine?
It's a very Syrah-y thing. Yeah. No, it's a little in there. It's definitely not one of the main flavors, but you get it just a tad bit at the end.
I'm gonna have to think about that one for a little bit.
Well, now that we have some smells to think about, let's go ahead and taste this guy. I'm excited. I'm gonna be honest. I was a little nervous about tasting this because the scent was so aromatic. It was such a strong smell. I was like, oh man, I don't know if I like the way this tastes.
But that's what you want. That's technically a good quality wine, is a wine that is very aromatically expressive with good aromatics. You know, you don't want it to smell like poop.
But I don't know. Now you're like a meat flavoring in here, and I don't know why it should smell like anymore. Okay, let's go. See if the flavor matches the nice smell that I picked out.
I want to jump in because when I drink this, I get something that I didn't really pick up on the nose here, but blueberry. Lots of blueberry in there for me.
I'm down with that for sure.
So we got blueberry. Anything else, yeah?
Definitely get a lot of that black pepper. I think it's pretty peppery wine. Definitely also those other black fruits, the plum, a little bit of that blackberry as well. But I like blueberry. I think that's a really good call. And then I do get a little bit of that meaty quality. It's not a lot, again. It's just, but it kind of, it's almost like a texture and flavor thing. It's a little bit oily on the back of the palate. And then if you just think of like what you would think a cured meat, you know, it kind of has that savory finish, and maybe that's a better way to describe it, is savory.
I'm with you there because I still the meat part of what you're saying. I'm having trouble picking up on that. But when you talk about like a saltiness or like a brininess, but not in like a very bright way, like like you were saying, a very savory way, but like a savory brightiness, then I'm with you. Okay, so I guess I'm saying exactly what you're saying, but I'm using more words to say it. Yes,
I think we're on the same page.
Now, I don't have any other tasting notes there, but I do say from a structure standpoint, like I'm also very much enjoying this wine. It's got a really good balance to it. I think this is a 3.9% wine, which is right up there with the other wines that we've
3.9.
Sorry, 13.9.
Is there any alcohol in this one? Okay.
This is a 3.9 glass of water that we're consuming right here. That's right, 13.9% wine, which I think is a very funny number. Like so many of the wines are just like 14%. We're like, didn't quite get there. But again, like doesn't have that burn.
Yeah, it's very well balanced. The tannin is probably medium tannin. I'd also probably say medium acidity. It's not too big on either one of those. You're right. The alcohol is well blended. It's structurally pretty well put together.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so good taste, good smell, good grief. All right, folks. So what do we think? Do we like it?
Yeah, but did they like it? It's time for the review.
Guys, I am feeling pretty confident. I am proud of myself. I feel like I have evolved. I beat Joel at a trivia game today. I got a wine that you two didn't throw out a window, but I don't know. I would love to hear your thoughts first. Joel, why don't you kick us off? How are you feeling about this guy?
I am proud of you. You should feel confident because I think you nailed it. Like y'all are saying, yeah, I think just structurally really nicely put together. I was kind of shocked at how sort of medium-bodied this Syrah is. I feel like sometimes I equate Syrah with really, really bold, almost sometimes overwhelming wines, and this is not that at all.
That's a style factor. So Syrah can be huge and big and bold, but this is not that. This is a much lighter style of Syrah. So you're not wrong when thinking that can be Syrah, but this bottle is definitely not that.
I'll take it. I love it. I think I'm going to go ahead and put this on my table, very firmly on my kitchen table. Solid wine. Would want to open this up on many an occasion. So yes, absolutely. Go on my kitchen table, and congratulations, Aaron, on picking, I think, the finest wine that you have brought to the table on this podcast so far.
The only wine that you have referred to as fine.
Yes, that is correct.
Without going, it's fine. All right. Thank you, Joel. I am honored. Colin, how you feeling?
Yeah, I agree. I think this is a pretty solid kitchen table wine. It's a really, I think, a good example of cooler climate Syrah. It kind of hits all the tasting notes. It's just really tasty. Like Joel said, it's very structurally well balanced. And overall, it's a wine I would absolutely like to drink again. So I'm for sure putting it on my kitchen table.
Awesome. And I'm right there with y'all. I feel like last week, all three of us put a wine in our wine fridge at the same time.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. What year is it? Yes. 2 weeks ago, we all put our wine in a wine fridge. And I don't think I'm there, but I'm also at this point, I'm just like, we've had 3 really good red wines kind of like in repetition. And so we had the Côte d'Aron, and then we have the Rioja, and now we have a Syrah, and they're all like really solid. And now I'm like, shoot, I kind of want to buy all these all over again and like kind of put them next to each other and really start digging into the differences, because while they're not, the same wine, they're all like really solid reds, all within a really awesome price factor within $18 to like $22. Solid kitchen table wines all around. So clearly not a waste of your wine, like $20 price point.
Buy this wine. No, this is the kind of wine like you could buy a case of and be cool just having it around. And when you want just a solid red wine, you just pull one of these out, because it's just a really easy drinker. Like it's just good. It's good wine. This is the kind of wine you should be drinking.
Yeah, and to that point, like I remember, we really liked the Rioja because it was so complex, but we also kind of named like some folks might not like this one. Like this might be something that's we said it was a thinker. This is just a good. I feel like most people who like reds would very much enjoy this wine. There's nothing about super unique and like pushing in different directions. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but I feel like this would just be a crowd pleaser in general.
Yeah, I don't totally disagree. But I mean, Syrah can be polarizing in certain situations. It's not everybody has their own things. So, but I would agree for my tastes anyway, and what I would like to share with my friends. This is one I would put on my table again and again and again. So
agreed.
Awesome. Joel, anything else to add?
Nope.
Okay, great. I didn't want to cut you out. All right, folks. So we have a Gordon Estate 2018 Syrah from the Columbia Valley. It is a good one. Grab it around $20. Colin, would you like to remind our folks where they can engage with us in the world?
Yeah, sure. You can check us out on our website, stopwastingyourwine.com. We are also over on Instagram at stopwastingyourwine, where you would be interacting with the lovely Aaron. He's the fingers behind the gram.
Ooh,
I don't know what that means.
They're hard at work.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's right. There we go. And, we'd love you guys to interact with us, whether you're sliding into our DMs. Is that what the kids say?
Oh, God.
You're never allowed. Joel, you need to learn about our social media.
I'm going to do it next week.
People right now.
I'm going to do it next week. I got it. Yeah, this is getting a little too weird.
I've never been so uncomfortable.
Just reach out to us. We'd love to hear from you. And if you could share the podcast with your friends, we'd also very much appreciate that.
Very good.
Yes. Awesome. Very, very good. Yeah, appreciate you all very much. We're seeing some really great jump in our listenership and our support on Instagram. Over 500 listens, over 500 followers on Instagram. Really excited to be here.
And thank you guys for listening. We really appreciate it.
All right. It was a great one. We'll see y'all next week. Have a good night. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Thanks for listening. Bye.